Hey, this is Carrie from Wrap Your Head Around Silks. This is the Expecting Aerialist podcast now with the Digit Network. How's it going, guys? I hope you're having an amazing week and that your year is in full swing. Yeah, lots of stuff happening at Wrap Your Head Around Silks. If you're interested in teacher training, let me know. I'm gonna start actively signing people up very soon. If you're interested in that, gonna do it fully virtual. Also, roll it out, check it out. We're on the mat Monday and Thursday evenings, and I would love for you guys to join. And then a bunch of other free resources on my website. This is Natalie Hoang. She is the owner of Skylab Aerial in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. And I love the internet. This is one of the best things about the internet, that we can connect with each other across the world. So it's awesome. She's a new mama, and she is a new studio owner about a year. And we talk all about what she experienced when she posted herself in the air. She trained till 40 weeks, and she had a lot of negativity coming back at her, and we talk about that a lot. I think that this is a topic that we need to talk about generally, because it's really hard for the mamas out there who are very sure in their own bodies, and the rest of the world who don't really know anything about what we do. Just feel free to chime in. The amount of unsolicited advice towards pregnant women is off the charts. So we get into that and how it is to own a studio on that side of the world. All right, my friends, I'm so excited for you guys to hear this interview. Let's get started. Okay, so you're 3 months postpartum right now?
Yeah, technically just went through my fourth trimester of my pregnancy.
Was this a planned starting your family, or was it a surprise blessing?
Well, I just started my studio a year ago, and just few months after that, I found that I was pregnant. But I was happy. I expected that I might not be able to train aerial during pregnancies, but I don't know, so somehow I was lucky to be able to train through my pregnancy up to week 40.
Wow.
Yeah, I know every pregnancy different, and every woman body would react differently to pregnancies. But somehow, yeah, my body was be able to do that up to week 40, still be able to climb up the sill, invert, hippie.
And so you didn't have any expectations. You just went week to week and see how it felt?
Yeah.
Do you take anything out of your practice that you how did a front balance feel?
Of course, those wrap around the belly, those front balance, I have to put them on the stop at week 20 something. Yeah.
Okay, so front balance. Did you stand silks? Were you on hoop, or was it just hammock and silks?
Just hammock and silks.
Okay.
So for me, training during pregnancy were very different. I didn't attempt new move.
Okay.
I didn't try to go over my limit.
Okay.
I think that because I was with Aerosil for so long, so
yeah,
I know my limit. I know what to modify during certain state of my pregnancy. And I think the key thing was to listen my body. And training back then was more like finding joy, finding happiness, keeping me sane.
Yeah.
And be in my element while I was pregnant, rather than trying to building up my strength or try new skill. No, nothing like that. Yeah. So I posted some of my video training aerial with my bum back then already show up. I received a lot of support from my friend, family, and students, but at the same time, I also received a lot of negative comments from certain group of people. Right now, when I think back about that experience, I could think that because aerial still was quite new in Vietnam.
Yeah.
So people would think this pregnant lady trying to do something very dangerous, reckless.
Yeah, so the people who don't really understand.
Yeah, I don't really understand and
Yeah.
give me a lot of harsh comments. And I
Yeah.
back then I felt hurtful, but right now when I look back, I feel like maybe people just did not understand this form of art, so uh, they were just scared,
Yeah. And judgmental. All of it.
judgmental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Judgmental. That's impressive the whole time, though. I mean, from what I gather from people, the ones who make it all the way through while training, is that if you don't stop, it's possible. If you like stop somewhere in there and climbing and then you try to pick it up like a couple weeks later or like a month later, it's just like, no.
Yeah.
That's what I gather because I wasn't able to train my pregnancy, my only pregnancy. So, and how did the birth go?
Speaking of labor, at week 40, 40 plus, I would say, there was no sign of labor.
Oh,
So, yeah, so I went to check with my doctors, and then uh, he saw that my cervix already dilate 1 cm, but there was no contraction. So he tried to sweep the membrane,
okay.
and accidentally my water broke.
Oh,
And we wait for like 4 hours. There was still no contraction.
okay.
And they have to introduce medicated inducing labor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was so painful. Like, I don't know, this was my first child, but when they injected that kind of hormone that ripened the cervix faster, I think the contraction went really fast, that I somehow like couldn't take it, and then I had to use Imperial. While I expected to have very natural birth, but I
Right.
couldn't.
Right. That's not what happened. Did you end
Yeah.
up with a C-section?
No, so when my cervix dilate 5 cm, the doctor asked me to push. So normally people push only when it's dilated 10 cm, right? But at 5 cm, I started to push already because my baby still quite high.
Okay.
I started to push, and then my cervix opened really fast.
Wow. And did you have time
And then within an hour,
within an hour? Did you have time for epidural?
yes, they did epidural as well, but somehow I still felt really painful.
Okay, so it didn't really work.
Like it couldn't help much.
I hear that sometimes. I hear that like epidurals don't always work if it's kind of at a certain point in the process, or if you're not lucky.
Oh yeah, maybe it wasn't that lucky.
uh, Natalie, I'm gonna try to put her down in the bed behind
Yeah,
us.
you take it out. Yeah,
That transfer doesn't always work, you know? Like they fall
yeah,
asleep in your arms and then you try to put them down and they're like, "Rah!"
yeah. Like what happened to my baby?
Just now?
Yeah,
Oh.
she's
So
sleeping now, but I hope she won't wake up during the mid of our conversation.
so she's almost 4 months, right? So
Yeah.
what has been your first kid? So tell me your experience because everyone is so different.
Yeah, then so far it has been a very challenging yet rewarding journey. I and my partner are still learning to be a good parents. We learn a bit of every day.
Oh my God. I have no idea what I'm doing, you guys.
Yeah, every day different.
Does your kid sleep? Is the important part. Does a kid sleep?
Yeah, she can sleep through from 7 p.m. up to 7 a.m. in the next morning. And
Oh,
we have to dream feed her at around 11 p.m.
interesting.
Hmm.
You guys got it figured out though. That's pretty good.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
she's playing more during the day.
Is she a napper? Does she like napping?
Her nap during the day is quite short, around like an hour.
Yeah, because
Nap.
I mean, if she's sleeping throughout like it's 12 hour, that's great. What before I interrupt you, what were you saying?
Oh, the labor part. When I needed to use Imperial when I didn't expect.
you're talking about the epidural. You weren't you didn't want it.
Yeah. But at the end, like I couldn't take it anymore. It was too painful for me. When they use medicated induced labor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I hear that Pitocin is so much worse, but I only had that one experience. So I don't know what it's like. Like I just interviewed somebody who had a 24-hour home birth, no medication.
Wow.
And I don't know what that's like because when you have Pitocin and your water's broken, I hear that it's like a completely different type of pain. It might not be more or less, but it's different from what I hear. But I'm never going to know, and I guess that's okay. Because I'm having one. Natalie, how old are you now?
I want to know.
How old are you now?
I'm 36.
Okay, so I'm still 10 years older than you, but you're still a geriatric pregnancy. That's still, after 35, they're like, oh, you're old, you know.
Production closed.
My business is closed. Closed. Can you imagine having another one, or right now it's too fresh?
No. I think for us it's going to close soon.
Business is going to be closed too. So,
Yeah.
okay, so you own the studio. So this is kind of the thing about studio owners and professionals like me who teach, like, we kind of know we're going to go back to the studio, regardless of how badly or how easily it goes. We know we're going to go back because it's our job.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts and feelings and emotions about getting back to?
I already started getting back to teach
Okay.
2 times a week.
Okay.
Yeah. So for me, for postpartum recovery, it was like kind of like emotional journey. So because I was able to train throughout my pregnancy, and I thought it's very easy after giving birth, but it wasn't like that. So right after giving birth, I felt my body was so weak. Like I didn't think that I could do even simple thing like plank or even activate my core. So the first month was like trying to reconnect to my body. Um, I was doing something very simple like pelvic floor exercise, activating my core on the floor. I didn't want to touch myself because I don't want to be disappointed because I know aeros is like another level of training. And then when I was feel good on the floor, I feel like my core is engaged. I can hold hollow. I can do leg raises on the bar,
Okay.
and that's where I felt like maybe I could be able to give aerosol a try, and started from there. However, after my very first training with aerosols, I got metitis.
What's that?
Just like the breast inflammations that I feel. I don't know, like just right after the aero training, I got metitis.
Oh, mastitis, in your breasts.
Yeah. So I
Oh.
was down with high fever for 2 days. And the feeling was like holding 10 kg weight in front of your chest. You couldn't turn right, couldn't turn left.
Wow.
Couldn't lift yourself up. It was really bad. And I needed to rush to the hospital.
Oh, hospital. Do they do antibiotics? Is that how they did it?
Yeah, they did. They did.
Was it because you were getting blood circulation? Is that what potentially led to it, or no? You just had it.
I don't know. There was no explanation for it. Because I breastfeed my baby very often,
Yeah.
but I still got it. The doctor said might be because the intense exercise can cause the muscle around my breast to tie up,
Okay.
and that might lead to metitis. But he wasn't sure. Like it might be the possible reason.
So I never had mastitis, and I hear it is so painful, but I did have engorgement. I didn't have it for very long. It's when like they just become these hard rocks at the beginning. And then many months later, because I only stopped with her at 18 months, which I never planned on doing. Like I wanted to do it for a year, and I ended up with 18 months later. I'm still on my boob. And like closer to the end of that time, when she wasn't feeding as often because she was also eating like baby food and like rice and things like that, one of my boobs just completely clogged up and the milk would not come out. And I was like, it was just growing all day. And I was like, I'm going to have to go to the emergency room if this doesn't go in. I'm thinking I have mastitis. And then I look closer at my nipple. There's just a thin layer of dry skin on the opening, like the top. So basically, just a thin layer of dry skin, kind of like calloused on my nipple and closed off where she would suck it out. And it like all the milk just got stuck in my boob. So like I literally peeled my dry skin off and put her back on my boob and it went down. But I was like, what else? What else? What else is gonna happen? Yeah, I don't like, I was like, no. It's like, I've already been breastfeeding for like 15 months at this time. Like, I'm like, I don't need any more surprises. Come on, guys. You know? I don't need any more surprises. So you had mastitis. That must have been recently because you're only 3 months postpartum.
Yeah, during my first month.
Oh
I
my
got it. And
goodness.
from second month onwards, it seemed to be okay. Like I think the breast milk already regulated somehow.
Okay.
So I feel much better now.
Good.
I think hematitis is even worse than labor. I think the
Oh
pain
yeah?
is yeah.
Oh yeah, and you didn't have an easy labor, so that's how bad your
Yeah.
mastitis was.
Yeah.
Because there's no relief until they give you painkiller. Did they give you painkillers?
Yeah, they gave me painkiller, antibiotics, and they did some kind of like breast massage. They call it massage, but it's not massage. It's more like
Attacking your
physically
breast.
squeeze. Yeah, squeezing to get the milk out.
Do you and your husband at home have to, or do you have to squeeze, expel it yourself, or is your baby just drinking now?
My baby just drinking now.
Okay, good. If you have any advice for aerial mamas out there, I like to ask everybody that. We don't always get to that, but I'm glad we have today. So, if you have any advice for any aerial moms out there, or who want to be aerial moms, up to you how you want to answer the question.
I think, you know, being arrow mom, meaning that we have to become a very efficient person in terms of like taking the RV and training as well. Um, but for me, since I have my baby, training aerosols was more like the way to keep me sane and be in my element rather than achieving new high, attempting new skill or go over my limit. Everything become very simple and easy for me with aerosols. And just try to reconnect to the cells rather than trying to attempt a new high or anything. And I think life become more colorful with the training going on with my baby on my side. So I think the most important thing is like to listen to our body because postpartum recovery is very emotional journey for most of us. And I think just listen to the body and know the limit and be happy with the baby, holding the baby.
Here in LA, we, us teachers, it is feeling less, it's changed over time, but there's a certain pressure on us teachers to like be doing like all the things on the internet. Like maybe not in the studio. Do you feel that pressure as a studio owner to be doing the things and having that presence on social media and yeah, posting all the time, doing stuff all the time. Do you feel that? Or
Like
no?
because prenatal when I posted some of the video, I received a lot of hash comment on me,
Yeah.
and I was very hesitant to post any other student
Mm-hmm.
with me doing that. So it's been a very long time that I stopped posting video of myself until lately when I really got back to aero training. Then I started to post. So yeah, for me, I have no pressure on that. Mm.
Okay, that's interesting. But that's also your personal journey because uh, you decided that it wasn't worth it, probably, for all these
Yeah.
random people to be
Yeah. Yes.
so
Yeah.
harsh and mean and judgmental. And
And I
then,
think at the end of the day, I have nothing to hide. Like I'm just trying to grow in another human
yeah,
inside me.
yeah,
At the same time, trying to be happy. And when I'm happy, my baby happy. I believe that, and nothing to be ashamed of.
yeah. I have a question when it comes to, I love talking to other Asian women. I have such a different experience because I was born and raised here in America.
Mm.
Um, Culturally, do you feel like, are you very hard on yourself? Like more than you
Mm.
think you should be? Or no, not at all. And
No,
that's just,
I always try to think positively. Like I believe that when I'm happy, my baby happy. So I need to be happy,
I
feel
love it.
happy or feel yeah without any pressures. Um, like of course, like my family is the Asian family, so they have a lot of expectations about me being a mom.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
like you know, during my pregnancy, they didn't want me to train because they feel like I should focus on the health of my baby. But it wasn't the case, right? The doctor told me that activity actually helped to maintain a very healthy pregnancy instead of just staying at home and stop from doing any training activities.
yeah.
Um, and especially at week 30, over 30, I still train aerial. And then a lot of people could say that I might have early delivery or I might have low birth rate because my bum looks so small because I'm still very thin. But it wasn't the case. Because for most people who train, our muscle tone that the one to keep our belly in. And it's
Hmm.
wouldn't look that big compared to other people, but our baby's still growing healthily inside our tummy instead.
I mean, I know
So,
so many aerialists that their transverse abdominis is just so supportive that the baby would be held high and they just look like, yeah, like my friend Rachel, for example, she held hold the baby in and it didn't, but with me, my hips and my rib cage are so close together that I feel like
hmm.
being lived outside of my body because there was no space. There's like no
Oh, I
space
see.
inside, so she just lived on the outside.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but Natalie, I have to say, like, that must have taken so much courage and strength to navigate that because I think that it really helps that my parents kind of left their extended families and moved to America, and my parents have not put a lot of pressure on me since I was in my 20s. They kind of learned to kind of back off some stuff. But I think it's really hard when your family is being like, why are you training? You're hurting your baby. Like, that must have been really challenging. Like, how
Yeah,
did you navigate that on a daily
I
basis?
remember there were one time my mom uh, was telling me that I'm doing the kind of very reckless and dangerous thing to my baby, and my baby could not be able to grow healthily in my tummy. And, I just, the tear just came out naturally. um, because I didn't think that I'm that type of person who very reckless, but it's more like I know my limit. I've been training for so long and I'm making modification to my training. But to other people eyes, just doing simple foot lock could be very dangerous looking to them. Yeah. So but then I think I was very grateful to have my partner. He's like he know Ariel has been part of my life and he always encouraged me to train. And even like right after giving birth, he told me that he could, spend time taking care of my baby. And as much as possible, I try to get back to my training, as he know that the thing that make me sane, make me happy. And when I'm happy, my baby will be happy.
When it comes to our loved ones telling us, like, you do feel seen when somebody you love can say to you, I trust you to know yourself. That is what we all want to hear, because none of us want to put our baby at risk.
Yes, definitely.
None of us want that.
Yeah.
Most of us really want, if you're pregnant, most of us really want the pregnancy, like, you know. And so for people who are just coming from a place of fear and anxiety, which is running rampant in the Asian culture, of all Asian cultures, Chinese
Yeah.
people have a special skill for anxiety, let me tell you. You know, I try now, like, one of my biggest goals as a mom generally is not to pass that on to my kid. What a burden to pass on to a child. You know, like, oh,
Yeah.
don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, you might hurt yourself. Like, to a certain degree, you want to keep them safe, but like, to like create, and I think it's happening all over the place with like kids who are now a little older, you know, in school, like the amount of anxiety, it's coming from somewhere. It's coming from a lot of places. And I think as a parent, like, I'm just like, I just don't want to add to it. I don't want to add to that anxiety. So, you know, keep the kids safe, but then, you know, to like recognize when that is coming from us, not from like an actual real safety thing for the kid.
Yeah.
But I think that's why I wanted to ask you that, because I don't know any Asian parents who don't feel like that. That is so typical of a reaction from a mom, from a right? From that generation. So I'm so I don't even know you, but I'm so proud of you for having that very strong belief in just knowing that your happiness and the baby's happiness is linked, and you know your limits, and you know what's safe and what's not for your body. I think that all of us want to just be validated that we are the number one master and number one best source of information on our own selves, you know.
Yeah, we know our body better.
We know our bodies. Yeah. Also because we've been talking to our bodies. It's not just like, you know, there's people out there who are sedentary who wouldn't know if something was wrong. Like, I know this second. Like, last night, I overstretched this right shoulder. I know it. I was like, crap.
Yeah.
Like, I know it the second it happened. I'm like, oh my God, come on. So like, now I'm like, I got the Salon Pass on there, and I got the Theragun, and, you know, because I know that I went a bit too far. And now I just have to be mindful and really like listen to my body. So
can I do my face now?
Okay, listen, too much oil. Listen, let me see how much you have on your hands. Okay, put it on your butt and your legs and your back.
No face.
No, put it on your face last. This is the way this podcast is gonna go. Put it on your legs and your back, and then put it on your face, because you're gonna get pimples as a 4-year-old. She just has like handfuls of coconut oil.
Oh, is
Like,
it?
and she wants to smear it on her face. You have to wait and okay. Listen, I'm gonna grab the rest so she doesn't put more. Oh my God, this is gonna be impossible. Okay. I just recorded another podcast like 2 hours ago, and I think I got up like 6 times. So that's what.
Oh.
Hopefully, not 6 times I'll be getting up. But wow, so it's so interesting, because circus and acrobatics has been alive and well in Asia for a millennia, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but it's quite new in Vietnam.
Yes. Okay. So you opened a studio. When did you open the studio?
Like a year ago.
A year ago.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Yeah. Well, like, we still trying to build up the Arab community here,
Yeah.
and so far so good. It's still a niche community, but yeah, I think so far so good. Like, I feel a sense of fulfillment in doing that.
Is there a barrier for people? Is there a stigma, or is it like, oh, I can't do that? Like, what what's the barrier for entry for
Wait, I
people
can't
to get
see
in?
it.
Like, why don't they try? Why is it hard to get them to try?
I think like a lot of people still feel really scared to see the high ceiling. So we have 8 meter high ceiling.
8 meters is how many feet? Do you know?
Uh, well, I can't really.
20 feet. 20 feet,
Yeah,
25
20
feet?
Yeah, around that.
Okay.
Yeah. So people still really scared to see the high ceiling.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
we, our syllabus is very beginner friendly. We go from beginner to intermediate to advanced. But then seeing the high ceiling, a lot of people want to step back.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and then they could think that only people with very good fitness background can try aerial. But the fact is, most of my students are those people who never try any type of sport before. We even have students, with a very not very strong base to begin with, and they build up their strength over times.
Oh yeah.
And right now, they already in like intermediate level, and they're able to do a lot of cool things on aerosols.
Do you also have a kids program?
Yeah, we do. Like our kids program actually growing really fast, but not for adult.
Right, because like parents will put their kids in that really quickly, right? But then maybe not themselves.
Yeah, and the kids really like it. They love it.
Yeah, kids love it.
Like little monkey, they can climb up the ceiling after the first, the second lessons.
So you have the studio. It's been about a year. What else about your family, your experience as an aerialist? You can just start, and then I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions.
Nope. Thanks.
Yeah, sure. So I started to train aerial in Singapore. I lived in Singapore for like 15 years, and then I moved to Melbourne, Australia for a few years, and I also trained aerial there. And I moved back to Vietnam during COVID.
What brought you back?
I was in Australia for my master degree.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, for study, and then when COVID hit Australia, I feel like it's time to move back home. I couldn't find any place to train aerial in Vietnam, so that there was this rock climbing gym that I found that they had very high ceiling with a lot of safety equipment there, and the owner were really nice that allowed me to train aerial there. So I had to train aerial before the gym opened, which is really early, like 5, 6 a.m. in the morning. I train aerial there. And then slowly there are a lot of people wanted to learn aerial as well at the rock climbing gym. Yeah, and I had a small group of students back then. And over time, that group of students increased in size, and then I decided to open my own aero studio with very high ceiling.
So the studio is full time for you.
Mommy.
I have full-time job.
Oh, you
and,
do?
Mommy, I just
Yeah.
wanted
What is your full time job?
Data analyst.
Mommy.
Oh.
Mommy,
What?
I just wanted to.
Listen, I have to do this. You can go sit with Papa, but you cannot. But you can't. You cannot interrupt me the whole time. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So you're a data analyst. Like, how does one have to? You have 40 hours a week job?
Like 40 hours. I do have other instructor at my studio as well, but
Okay.
we only have, I think, like 5 silk classes a week.
Okay. Okay.
I actually rented out my studio for acrobatic classes as well.
Oh, I see.
Mm.
When did your practice start? When did you start practicing aerial? And what brought you to it?
I think aero was like love at first sight.
Oh,
So I watched the performance of aero silk, I think more than 10 years ago, and I was amazed of how a performer can flow in the air flawlessly.
yeah.
And I wanted to be able to fly like that someday. So that's why I started to pick up aerial silk back then. And Carrie, you were one of those people who inspired me in my aero journey.
What?
I remember like 10 years ago, I watched a YouTube video. I don't know whether it's come from your channel or other channel that feature you in that,
Oh.
and you were amazing. Like you floating flawlessly, gracefully in the air. I was like, wow.
That makes me so happy. How did you find me? Just randomly?
I think back then aerosol was quite new in Singapore as well.
Oh,
And I
okay.
just, trying to Google aerosol performance on YouTube, and I found you.
Oh my goodness. I love this. And you're in Singapore at that time.
Yeah, still in Singapore.
As a teacher, what do you find the most challenging? And then what do you find? And then a studio owner too. What's the most fun? What makes it worth it to you?
I think as an instructor, like I love to share my knowledge, my experience, and I love to help people to overcome their fear. When they're doing drafts, and then I think that give me the sense of fulfillment. And for me, aerosol is more like the form of art to express ourselves. And when my students are able to express themselves on aerosols, I feel really happy to see them flying and expressing themselves, dancing in the air.
Yeah. And what's the most challenging part of your job?
I think the most challenging part as an instructor is like to give them the motivation to continue the journey. Aerial is not the easy kind of fitness.
No.
Yeah, a lot of strength.
And you can't really stop. You can take like 2 weeks off, but otherwise it's hard.
Yeah. So we the hardest part is like to keep them going, not giving up on that. Because there is very steep learning curve for aerial, so right. Once they already master very basic technique, they can pick up very fast. But in order to for a normal person without any fitness background to pick it up, to learn very basic technique like how to climb up the sill, hip key, invert, it takes times. So the student had to be really patient and really show interest in aerosol in order to continue that journey. I think that's the hardest part.
Do you have any advice for studio owners, number one, period, like studio owners that are thinking of people who are thinking of opening a studio, and then also for people who might be on your side of the world? What would your advice? What would your advice be to those people?
Well, right now I think my studio is still not like focused on 100% aerosols because we only like occupy half of the time at the studio for aerosol. The other half is more for acrobatic classes. I think because we were the first one who opened aerosol in this country. And the challenge part was like how to educate people, to raise awareness of people about this form of art, and to educate people like it's also safe if we do it properly. It's not that kind of like reckless or dangerous form of art. So I think that's the hardest part. At the same time, the cost of building an aero studio is really high, because I have to import a lot of equipment from US, and the shipping fee itself is really costly.
Is there a tax for things coming into the country?
Yes,
That as
we
well.
have
Okay.
10% tax, custom clearing tax as well. Yeah, a lot fee and shipping fee from US to Vietnam. So it's very hard to get. I think it's very hard for me to get the break even point if we just focus on aerosols. But mainly other activities like acrobatic classes, stretches classes, flexibility classes.
Is fitness a big industry there?
Yeah, I think the fitness is a big industry there, but generally people could be more keen on those like yoga type, like aero yoga,
Okay.
aero hammock could be more accessible for people.
This is so fascinating. I didn't even think about the importing. Can you find polyester and tricoat polyester in Asia? Like I would assume you could. So much of the textile market in the world is in China.
I couldn't find any like certified one, whether they do testing on the material or not is not, like no proof for that. So
Oh, I
yeah,
see.
that's the harder part.
That's hard. Okay, okay. And then like the figure eights and the carabiners and all that
Yeah.
stuff, you're getting it from the US.
Like there are many suppliers in Asia, but whether they are reliable or not, I can't tell. 'Cause they're
Right.
afraid. Yeah.
I mean, there must be so many suppliers, but you're right. Like, rigging is it's like the most important thing
Yeah.
in building the studio. That's so interesting. Never thought about it, honestly. Never thought about it. Because to me, like, opening a studio in here in America, if I were to ever do that, I wouldn't do it in Los Angeles. I would do it elsewhere if I was going to do it. But the biggest expense for us would be insurance.
I see.
Because, like, I probably have enough equipment in my closet to outfit an entire studio. Like, I have like 8 silks already and like all the hardware for it. So it would be about getting a lease. It would be about getting insurance. That would be the biggest expense for me. The equipment I already have. And I don't have to ship it anywhere. That is a huge thing.
For us, the equipment cost is the highest cost, and then of course the fixed cost, like building the studio, because it's very hard to find the high ceiling places in the center of the city. So we build up from empty land, like start from scratch.
Oh, you build it from scratch. So
Yeah.
you had engineers in there and rigging experts to figure out your rigging.
Yeah, so need to hire a structural engineer to make sure the structure is safe and build up everything from there.
Man, I really hope you attract like that aerial community on that side of the world because I feel like it exists and people just don't know where to go. Or sometimes, like if people were to come to Ho Chi Minh to do like a traincation where they do a vacation but they train, your place would be perfect.
Yeah, we actually have a lot of visitors from other part of the world.
Yeah.
They travel to Vietnam and they drop by to do aero training.
Yeah. Yeah. No, because, a lot of people, if they're on that side of the world, they're just figuring out how to like train on their own. And it's hard. It's hard not having a community. It's wonderful that you're building one. I love that you came on here. So excited for your journey as a mom. I'm so excited about your studio. It makes me want to I've never been to Vietnam actually. I want to go someday. Maybe I'll come to your studio at some point. But I've only been to Thailand in that area of the world. So at some point. And if anybody out there in the world wants to visit Ho Chi Minh City, Natalie's there. So
yeah, Skylab Aerial Studio.
I love it. I love it. You're killing it. It's amazing. And your baby didn't even wake up this whole hour. It's like the stars aligned.
Yeah, but I heard a sound.
Is your partner home? Is your partner home or is the baby just chilling?
Yeah, my partner home. I think he just ran over.
Oh my God, but we're done. But that was amazing. But thank you for being here. We figured out, actually, we didn't figure out. I told you what time I'm available. And she's like, these are the different time zones. I can't do time zones. Good job.
Thank you so much, Carrie. I love your shows. I listen to the Expectant Aerialist show very often during pregnancy.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you have done for Aero community, Aero Mama community, to be precise.
Yeah, to be precise. And we're going to see, this is going to be part of season 4. It's going to come out in January. And I can't believe it's almost 4 years, but also there's so many stories to be told. Still. So, all right, Natalie, have an amazing day. I'm going to have an amazing night because it's the other side of the world.
Have a good night.
Okay, I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you, Carrie. Bye.
All right, Natalie, you're such a star for dealing with all that bullying online and comments from your family, and we are all with you. I mean, I am so not tolerant of this crap. I remember when I was pregnant, I think I've told the story 1 million times. Dude was like, well, you're looking a little big. Yeah, I was like, oh, fucking shut up. Like, what is, like people feel so entitled. So entitled. So, my friends, if you're out there and you're feeling a little of this, we are with you. Do you? You guys know your bodies. Listen to yourselves. It's, and I love the strength and courage that you had through it, Natalie. It's so inspiring. So I'm so excited that you had your baby and that you're enjoying that motherhood. I'm really excited for you. My friends, wrap your head around silk. So a couple things. Roll it out, teacher training. And if you do need a full course, it is always there for you to grab. And then it's lifetime access. You have it forever. So whenever, it's like kind of like a book on your shelf, except it's digital. All right, my friends, and if you would please honor me with a 5-star rating and review, I would appreciate it forever. It means so much. If you want to hear the sound of my voice some more, Greener Grass, my podcast with Kelly McVeigh. We talk about all the things, motherhood, getting older, how we feel about every single little thing. It's a fun time. All right, my friends, I hope you have an amazing week. Digital Podcast, wrap your head around silks. This is the Expected Parent.